Sunday morning, I'm Jim Monahan here at 105.5 WDHA on the Jersey Magazine. So a few weeks ago, I walk into a pizzeria in my town, and there's a television on, but I'm not paying any attention at all to what's on the screen. I go up to get my order, and I'm listening to the music in the background, and I stopped and I said, "Hey, that's the Uncle Floyd Show." And the kid behind the counter, and he was young, he goes, "Yeah." I said, "Where on earth did you find that?" Well, one of the people behind the scenes of the Uncle Floyd Show is with us this morning. Jeff Friedman, good morning and welcome to WDHA and the Jersey Magazine.
Thanks, Jim. I appreciate being here, buddy.
That was great. And I hadn't seen that episode in forever, and it brought back such great memories. What do you remember most about working on the show?
Wow. Well, so many things. For one, you were a guest
Yes.
on the Uncle Floyd Show, and a couple times. And what do I remember? I remember the fun, the hard work. We turned out 5 shows in one day. And that was, on a comedy show. There's no fooling around, and the live shows at the bottom line, and the guests. The guests that did the show just because it was the cool thing to do. For example, the Ramones did the show many times, Cyndi Lauper, Robert Klein. There's a huge list, and you never really knew exactly what was going to happen. And I was fortunate to work on probably around 1,000 Uncle Floyd episodes over the years in one capacity or the other.
I know the Smithereens were on. Peter Tork of the Monkees was on.
Yeah.
And you've got something going on with Uncle Floyd, as a matter of fact, coming up April 15th at the Presbyterian Church. Uncle Floyd, a live stand-up and piano performance. Tell our listeners about that, Jeff.
That's right, the Presbyterian Church of Livingston, and we're going to turn it into what's called the PCL Performing Arts Center on Saturday night, as you said, the 15th, and it's going to be Uncle Floyd, my old friend. We've reunited and reconnected after. Well, we haven't made a show together since 1986, so
Wow.
it's kind of dating myself here. I know I probably look like I'm 30 or 40, but no, it was it was 1986, and so we're going to do this show. And Uncle Floyd, people think of comedy, and of course, he's a wonderful comedy. I saw his show a few weeks ago, funnier than ever. He does a stand-up, and but then he's also, he's a piano virtuoso.
Mm-hmm.
And people, they know the show. People who do know the show, rather, they know that. In fact, David Bowie, who wrote a song about Uncle Floyd, was a huge fan. He told folks that, in print, that he feels that Floyd is the best barrel house piano player in the country. So it's going to be as much a music performance as it is going to be stand-up comedy.
What do you think it was about the Uncle Floyd Show that made it so popular with the viewers?
It was so different and so different, really, and so sort of a, culty kind of thing. And for the people that love the show, still love Uncle Floyd, and we still hear from them. And Floyd is working, well, he was working every night of the week before COVID. Now he's back pretty close, and it's just something that I mean, Floyd, for those who know and those who will find out on April 15th, Floyd is an icon. He really is, and he's really. I mean, I could tell you so many things. For example, he's back in the past. He's been stuck in the an old show business since he was a kid. He
Mm-hmm.
lives it and breathes it. And I'll tell you what, he sits down at that piano. And by the way, I have a great baby grand piano for him. And after telling a bunch of jokes, and it's just a high energy, really, really fun show.
Will Oogie be there?
Oogie is busy that night. So Jim, don't you? Right? Oogie is busy that night. He has another gig, but he won't be there, and the old cast won't be there. Although I'll tell some folks now, there's going to be at least 2 former cast members in the audience, just watching the show, and and many others as well.
And the show is April 15th at the Presbyterian Church in Livingston. And it's a benefit for NJ Homeless. Tell our listeners about the organization, Jeff.
That's right. So I founded a nonprofit called Livingston Philanthropies, and we use the sort of moniker and branding of NJ Homeless. In fact, our website is njhomeless.org, where folks can get tickets, njhomeless.org. And basically, our mission is to provide for the homeless, the profoundly poor, and the disenfranchised. So we get items family clothing and diapers and coats and a whole myriad of items. And we also get financial donations, and we buy things. For example, and the folks we buy for, it's not only just the homeless, but it's families living below the poverty line. They might have enough maybe to rent an apartment, but they don't. What about food? How are the kids going to eat? What about Christmas gifts? What about school clothes, school supplies? It goes on and on. So we do all that, and now we're in a fortunate position. I mean, we're still small, believe me. We're no, United Way, but with the monies that come in, we buy these items and we deliver them, and they're given out by our distribution partners. And it's really, I found a second passion. I did TV for 38 years, as you know, Jim, and now I have this, and well, we're into our 12th season, and I like it, and I'm into it as much as TV, which is, some people don't find any passion. So I know just how fortunate I am to, do what we do.
You mentioned that you're not a big like the United Way, for example, and yet it's the small grassroots organizations, Jeff, that can have such a huge impact on the community.
No, I appreciate that, Jim. And the other thing is we're all volunteer, so the only costs we have, other than buying stuff for our constituencies, the regular things any nonprofit might have, insurances, van, maybe some office supplies. So whatever the percentage is, and I haven't really figured it out lately, most of the money that folks contribute go right out to the homeless and those living below the poverty line. Just like the show, Jim. Yeah, I have a few expenses, but other than that, everything after that goes to those constituencies. And what the bottom line is, just I'm having so much fun. I haven't, I've been doing philanthropy. It's a tough word even for me. Philanthropy. I've been doing that now. This is our, like I said, 12th season, and it's just a real joy. And what I wanted to say, and now came back to me. I haven't really produced a show in about 2 years, and I'm really having fun producing the show and reuniting with Floyd, as I said, and having lunch and talking about the old days and laughing. And I'm working on promotion and photography, and it's pretty. Hey, I'm a lucky guy. I'll put it that way.
Uncle Floyd appearing April 15th, Presbyterian Church in Livingston. Jeff, for WDHA listeners who want to get tickets, where do they go?
Okay. Tickets, very easy. njhomeless.org. That's our website. njhomeless, all one word, njhomeless.org. As soon as you open it, there it is right there. Click here to purchase tickets, and you'll see my old buddy. I used to call him Uncle F in the years on the set. So my old buddy Uncle F there, and you just click on it and purchase the tickets. And please know it's sort of, I want to say it's philanthropy first, and it's not the wild show, the great show second. And folks who come who don't know Uncle Floyd, they'll see. It's just it's an entertaining Saturday evening right here in Livingston, I should say, at 7:30.
Well, Jeff, best of luck with the show. Jeff Friedman, thank you for joining us here this morning on the Jersey Magazine.
My pleasure, Jim. Thank you so much for having me.